Hey guys, how's it going? It's Josh here with Pacific Travels. So just want to update you guys, right? It's going to be basically my second week of doing basically runs for a cargo van business that is mine. I know in the last video I said that my goal for the week is going to try to be about $2,000. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, right? Right now I actually just got a load for Rialto, California to Stockton, California. Is basically paying about $500. So I'm on my way to go pick that up. I'm actually super close by to the warehouse. And yeah, it's a direct run, so let's see how it goes. I'll show you guys more in a bit. So what's up guys? So here at the warehouse, I went ahead and got loaded, right? Packet very tiny. It's just this box right here, right? So I still have to do my due diligence and strap it up and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. I think it's gonna be about like a 6-hour drive. Hopefully the weather's good. But aside from that, I mean, you know, easy money, 500 bucks, go 380 miles. Can't complain. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right guys, pretty much the box is already strapped up, right? And we're pretty much good to go. Just gonna go ahead and close this up. Bada beam, bada boom. All right guys, so I'm just here waiting for my good to go. You know, just a little quick bit. The guy that loaded me up, his name is, we'll just call him Bob. Bob, pretty much super chill guy. He was very nice. He was kind of funny. He was just like, oh, why did they send you that door? Like, you know, you're not a trailer. And I was like, I don't know. That's what the warehouse told me. He's like, yeah, like just come back to delivery. You know, he gave me a call. He was like, come back to delivery. You know, I'm waiting for you outside. And I was like, all right. So I pull up, you know, I had to like basically kind of back out, go around the warehouse. And, you know, he's like right there waiting for me. And he's just like, yeah, I'm surprised they sent you there. And I was like, yeah, I told him I was in a van, but maybe they meant a dry van. And he's just like, oh, yeah, maybe. Well, it's just this little box. And I was like, oh, that's it. And it's basically like, you know, the box that I showed you guys. I think it doesn't even weigh 50 pounds. I would say it's probably like 25, 30 pounds. It's not even that heavy. And pretty much got me loaded up. He was kind of asking about my experience with cargo van driving. He's just like, you know, how it's like, you know, how it's like hitting the road and stuff. And I was like, you know, it's pretty cool. It's chill. And that's actually one thing that I really do enjoy about this job is just you kind of get to see a lot of things, right, when you're out driving. I think it's like really good for like people that like want to see the country and don't really get the opportunity. Like this is like a really kind of a cool way of doing that, you know, because you're getting paid to travel around, and wherever destination you go, just kind of look up the local spots in that area and you know, just kind of enjoy yourself until I guess you get another load, or I mean you can take the day off I guess and do that. Like I've seen things where like some of my favorite artists, right, like musical artists are performing out in a city, and I would think to myself like, oh man, like what if I got a load and like just headed out to that location, you know, and just basically make it in time for a concert, you know, so drop off my load, get a hotel for the night, and then just enjoy the concert, enjoy the music when I, you know, be ready, refreshed the next day to go see something else. That'd be so cool, you know? So I'm hoping that's something I get to experience along the way here. So, but yeah, we're loaded up. I got my good to go. So I'm heading to Stockton. All right, guys. So I got my load here. I'm heading out to Stockton. Current ETA is 3:48 p.m. The order details in itself is basically just pick up ASAP, deliver direct. So I'm just heading straight there. Right now I have about, I want to say, half a tank of gas, which is about 200 miles, but realistically it's probably like around 160. So I need to go fill up beforehand, and I'm probably gonna fill up again when I get near Stockton. So yeah, time to fill up. I'm assuming it's probably gonna cost me maybe around $40-50 to fill up right now. Hopefully less, but with California gas prices, it's kind of high up there, you know. I got a second van, and it's a Mercedes Sprinter. It's a diesel engine, and I gave that one to my driver because he does hit like longer distances than I do. So I gave him that one. It just makes sense because, you know, he's hauling more, he's going out further and whatnot. It's more spacious and everything. But the downside to it is when we're here in California picking up, diesel prices are insane. Like, he filled up yesterday because we had a potential load coming in, going to El Paso, but it fell through, unfortunately. But when we were gonna get loaded, we filled up at a fuel station, I think in Inglewood, LA area, and diesel was $5.20 a gallon, and I think it's a 24-gallon tank. And it hurt. And realistically, I was hoping that he would just fill enough to get himself out of California, but I get it, right? Like, you never know what could happen. You just want to fill up when you have the opportunity to do so. So, you know, it just sucked. It was like $120 to fill up. So, whereas like if you fill up in Arizona, you're probably going to spend like maybe like $70 or something. So, yeah. Luckily, gas, I guess, is cheaper and all, but it doesn't go as far as that Mercedes Sprinter. Like the Mercedes Sprinter, I think the range on that was like 500 and some change miles, whereas my car, which is a Ram ProMaster, I get about, it says 400, it acts like 350, and you know, that's just a shorter distance, more fill-ups, you know, more stopping and more filling up. So yeah. Alright guys, so right now I am about roughly 48 minutes from Stockton. Pretty close by, right? So last stretch of the trip. Weather right now is okay, not the best, but okay, it's raining. Just kind of have to be mindful that a lot of people tend to not be the absolute best primo drivers in rain, but you know, it's nothing too crazy. It's not like it's hard pouring or anything like that. So once we go ahead and get this dropped off and get empty, just kind of like post up somewhere. Let me get some food. I haven't eaten breakfast yet today. That's kind of on me. I totally neglected myself there. I mean, there's a couple spots I could have stopped by too, but I was like, you know, might as well just make the trip. And one thing that's been a huge help too, well, I guess I can't consider this breakfast, right? Because it's food. You're breaking fast. Is peanuts. You know, very high calories, high fat content, a lot of energy. So, been eating a lot of, you know, probably a couple handfuls of those, and also have my Arizona iced tea. So, you know, it's a breakfast of champions, I guess. So, yeah, so I'm hoping that once I get this load taken care of, I'm gonna go grab something to eat, get myself some nice good food, and then, you know, potentially get another load in Stockton. So again, my goal for the week is to hit $2,000, right? I want to hit $2,000 for the week. Right now, after this load, that should be $500 coming in. I need 1,500 more. I did get a text message from one of the dispatching people, and they had this one potential load. It was picking up out in Morgantown, California. Not Morgantown, Morgan Hill, California, and it was going out to Everett, Washington, and that sounded dope. It was a kind of a direct run too, but I'd probably realistically get there like Wednesday morning. I honestly would love to go check out Washington. It's right up there on the border of Canada. I saw my passport this morning chilling right there on my nightstand, and I was like, I should take this, because what if, right? What if I just happen to go somewhere and it'd be cool, you know, just to be, you know, safe or whatever. But if I do get that load, man, I would really like to go to Canada, you know. I know there's I think it's Vancouver, right? Vancouver is right above Washington. Would love to go check that out. I mean, I have my California ID, but I hate to be that guy that holds up the traffic because I'm trying to come back, and it's just like, oh, hey, I don't have my passport. And next thing you know, they're asking me a bunch of questions, and I'm preventing everybody else from entering the States. So one thing I do also want to mention, right? A plan of action for this week to get my $2,000. I got this sold right now for $500, and that leaves me with $1,500 left to be earned. Now, I'm thinking if I can do maybe 2 regional runs that give me that $500, right? That kind of like, well, actually 4 regional runs total for the week should get me there, right, at 2,000. But I am open to doing like a longer distance trip, like 1,000+ miles, if you know the pay is right. And ideally, if I can hit something like, let's say, going to Washington, right? Like there was a potential load that came in for Everett, Washington. It was a little further out from Stockton, so I'd kind of have to backtrack a bit, but head out to Everett, Washington. You know, so a pay like that could potentially be anywhere between, you know, $900 to $1,100, depending on how I play the cards. But let's say even at $900, that'll put me at $1,400 for the week. I just need to hit that $600 order and I'll be set, you know? So fingers crossed, I can kind of catch something like that. However, I wouldn't also mind getting a SoCal order, right? Just kind of go back to SoCal, reset, drop off, and plan out for hopefully like another $1,000 order or something like that. One thing that's really been on my mind is going to like either Texas or New Mexico. I actually have a friend that's stationed out in Kirkland, so I wouldn't mind going to hang out with them for a day, you know, get something to eat and everything. But I also wouldn't mind getting to Texas. I feel like Texas is a great state to grab loads. There's so much potential out there, whether it's in El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, all great spots, you know. So I think like the top 3 states right now would be like Albuquerque, New Mexico, Everett, Washington, or Seattle, Washington, and then El Paso, Texas, or San Antonio, or maybe even Houston. Like I'd be cool with that too, you know. I know in the past Houston has had crazy good load offers, so it's like a central hub for like the rest of the United States. It's insane. How's it going, guys? Went ahead and made it to the site here. Quick drop off. Guy came out with a forklift. He was actually kind of surprised I didn't have like a whole pallet or anything like that, but he took it. I got a signature from him and everything like that. Sent all my photos to dispatch. Dispatch just texted me right now, giving me the good to go. So I'm good for the night. You know, I've been driving for about 6.5 hours. Just one fuel stop, one bathroom break. I've only been eating peanuts today, so I'm kind of hungry right now. You know, you can only go so far with just a jar of peanuts, you know. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat, hopefully something good, like an actual meal. And afterwards, I'm thinking about going to Planet Fitness. I'm gonna walk it off, you know. I've been driving, sitting down for about little over 6 hours now. I think it's kind of like a health issue, right? You've been sitting for long periods of time, you get like the elevated risk for getting a stroke and stuff. And I'm barely about to be 30. I don't want to grab a stroke anytime soon, you know. So I'm gonna go to the gym, just walk it off like for an hour or something, you know, and call it a night, you know. Just get some rest, and tomorrow I'm gonna hit it, you know, get it fresh, bright, early in the morning and everything like that. I'm $500 down, right? $1,500 more to go. Motivated, so let's see what else happens tomorrow, and you know, God willing, we get that money, you know. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching, and peace.